Hey everyone, it's Jake with Guzzler Reviews, and we are at the 2022 DC Auto Show taking a first look at some of the hottest cars at the show, and this is one of them, the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq. We're going to take a quick walk-around review of this vehicle, so let's get into it. Now at the front of the Ioniq, a really sharp looker here. You have kind of this light mustache right here, and these pixelated headlights are just super cool. They give me really retro vibes, and I really love it. It's a nice contrast with the futurism of this vehicle. Now putting up the hood right here, you can see that you have a lot of electrical doodads under here, but there's this interesting little compartment. If you open it up, you'll see there's a little kind of two-shelf space. Now Hyundai, I don't think, has called this a frunk because it is so small. You could barely fit a laptop in here. I'm just kind of curious what you would store in your Hyundai little box right there. However, I don't think you should store anything too important in here because it's right on top of the motor, so it's probably going to get pretty hot. But then again, I don't think Hyundai actually advertises this as usable storage space. Now let's take a look at the side of the Ioniq. You have these aero-optimized 20-inch wheels. Something you'll notice about electric cars is that the wheels don't have much open space between the spokes, and that's to increase the aerodynamic efficiency of the vehicle. Also increasing the aerodynamic efficiency is the door handles right here. They sit flush with the vehicle. I'd imagine when it's locked or driving. Right now, since it's unlocked, they're popped out so that you can easily access the vehicle. Something Hyundai's doing in a lot of their vehicles right now is this kind of feature line that's really strong down the center of the vehicle. Other than that, there's not too much to notice right here at the side. It kind of looks like a normal vehicle, which is what a lot of electric car designers are going for now. Let's take a look at the rear. Now let's take a look at the rear of Ioniq 5 right here. First of all, these pixelated lights are so cool. They're carrying around from the front. Really love that look. Let's put up the rear right here. It is a powered gate, and you're gonna find about 530 liters of space in the rear here. Sorry folks, Hyundai only gives us metric units, but that's around what, 260 soda bottles? That was just some quick math in my head, so let me know if I was right or not. 2-liter bottles, that is. Putting these seats down is gonna give you around 1,600 liters of space, so you're fitting what, like 800 2-liter soda bottles in here, so you're going to be the most popular person at your local parties. Let's talk charging. Ioniq 5 has really fast charging speeds. It can do 400 volt or 800 volt charging, and with the 350 kilowatt charger, this vehicle can charge from 10 to 80% in about 18 minutes, which is just really impressive. Also, it has a vehicle to load function, is what Hyundai's calling it. That means this vehicle has outlets around it that can provide just over about 3 kilowatts of power, so you can charge up something like a scooter or something like that. Now, these charging speeds are really impressive, but remember that most charging stations right now are not going to support speeds that fast, so you're going to be getting slower speeds. You're going to be kind of limited by what your charging station does, but it's nice to know this vehicle is future-proofed.
If you're liking our content, be sure to like and subscribe for weekly automotive reviews. Now let's get back into it.
Now let's talk powertrain. There are two battery options for this vehicle, either a 58 kilowatt hour or 72.6 kilowatt hour battery pack. Those can be paired with two engine options. You either can get a motor just in the rear or a motor in the rear and the front. In the maximum power output with both those motors, you're going to be getting around 605 Newton meters of torque. So this vehicle is no slouch. But then what about the range? Well, in the most range efficient variant, which is going to be with that large battery pack and single rear motor, you can expect around 290-ish miles of range. Now let's talk driver assistance. Of course, this being an electric tech-focused vehicle, it has all of the features you would normally expect, but the really interesting one is Highway Driver Assist 2. That's going to be a hands-on automated experience while you're on the highway. It's going to help do things like manage your speed, keep you centered in your lane, and this new version, the second version, is going to help with lane changing as well. It also has one neat feature, blind spot collision avoidance. Lots of vehicles will warn you if you're about to hit something in your blind spot, but this vehicle will actively intervene. Now let's talk interior. This vehicle is extremely airy. The light color is definitely helping with that. In addition, there's ambient lighting around. You might see the blue accents. And this vehicle, because there's no engine and transmission right here, you just have a completely flat floor all the way between you and your passenger. The light levels in here are also helped by the fact that you have this big kind of sun panel on top of you, this big glass pane, and of course that has a little fabric that can cover it if you don't want that light coming in. Also, we are in an auto show environment, so that might make it a little lighter in here than normal. I hope to get one of these this year and we can take a look at it. Now I'm going to show you some of the infotainment features right here. I won't be able to show you a lot because the vehicle is not turned on, and apologies for any shaky footage. I am hand holding right now. I don't have my gimbal. You can see we have a nice home screen right here that shows your basic electric charge and your range. And if you swipe over, look how fast that is. That is a really nice response right there. Swiping right over, you have features like ventilated and cool heated seats. The seats here are pretty comfortable. Typical features like navigation. The quiet mode's kind of neat. It'll basically keep the back seats super quiet if you have kids back there. In addition, a valet mode, you don't want them taking off too quick in this vehicle. You do have an EV kind of app right here. I want to see what that is. Obviously, you know, since we can't turn the vehicle all the way on, can't quite access that right now, but hopefully we get a full featured vehicle soon and get to take a look. Looking at your steering wheel right here, you can see that behind it you do have another screen that's going to give you some information when the vehicle is fully powered on. Looking down here, you have the strangest gear shifter I've ever seen. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on it. That thing behind the steering wheel, it's not focusing, but right here, this is your gear shifter. You twist it to change your gear. Looking at your steering wheel right here, you have your drive mode selector kind of coming off, kind of as they do in Porsches, which is very neat. And just this two-spoke steering wheel is kind of a super clean design. No Hyundai logo in the middle either, just those 4 dots. So a super clean design from Hyundai. Also, there are these paddles back here. If they're similar to previous Hyundai electric vehicles, I believe those increase or decrease the force the vehicle uses regenerative braking with. So that's a really nice feature. You can kind of choose how much regenerative braking you have that easily. Now, sitting in the rear of the vehicle, the seats are really comfortable and there's plenty of legroom. I would be sitting about here if I was a passenger, so you could see ample legroom for anyone back here. I'm 6 feet tall for reference. You do have 2 USB-A outlets back here. For such a tech-focused vehicle, I would like to see a little more USB-C just for that future-proofing. You do have air vents back here in your door pillars, and that ambient lighting continues back here. Once again, the vehicle feels a lot larger because of that glass roof, and you do have a pull-out in the center cubby, and drumroll please, we're going to see if Hyundai has included the nubs in the cup holders. They have not included nubs. This is a nub fail, folks, confirmed. So if you need nubs in your vehicle, you might have to look elsewhere. But if you care about stuff that actually matters, like rear seats, then the Hyundai Ioniq has got you covered. You might be able to fit 2 adults back here pretty comfortably. Not sure about 3 just because of the width of the vehicle, but so this is definitely a 4 adult vehicle.
The Hyundai Ioniq is a super interesting vehicle. I look forward to driving one soon. It has some stiff competition as it starts at just over $40,000, but it has some great tech and ample room, especially in the rear. I was really impressed by that. Thanks so much for watching this quick review, and be sure to like and subscribe for more weekly automotive content and more information on the Ioniq 5. Take care, folks.